Peace to the family. It's Brother Polight, and today what we want to discuss is the wealth building strategies of the rich versus the poor. Because oftentimes many of us are led to believe that children cost us money, and that's not necessarily true. Having children can make you a great deal of money. So we got to take the time out to really consider this concept right now. And what I'm going to do is give some wealth building tips and advice on it. On the strength. We're just going to have some fun, and we're going to make it happen. So I want y'all to tune in. I'm allowing y'all to come into the chat, but also just want you to take the time out to share the video, because we're going to go in. Peace to the family. What's cracking, King? Rolling LX Wade, what's good? Just email me if you're interested in the mentorship program. It's just brotherpolight45@gmail.com. And understand there's a distinction amongst the mentorship program and the consultations. The consultations cost $200 an hour or $300 in person by the hour. Consultations, that's just by the hour, and we do as much as an elaborate breakdown, development plan, and strategy for you to the best of our ability. But the mentorship program, that's something that's going to take place inside of 2 months. That's a totally different thing. That's a more detailed and elaborate stratagem that's being employed to take you to the next level. So like we say, mentorship costs. Mentorship doesn't cost more than it pays. Okay, so consultations are $200 an hour, and then the mentorship is more, and it varies based on whatever program we come up with you or for you. But yeah, we're about to get it in. It's hot out here. Definitely hot out here. Have to find me a place to post up, and let's start running through some of this information. Let's run through. So the first thing is this. Let's take a look at this beautiful view. Oh, you know what? Let me address this too. There's a lot of real ignorant people out here, man. So let me explain something. Let me walk y'all through a little process here. So what I saw is people saying, you know, don't listen to Polight because he said to invest in Bitcoin, or he had his students. Hold on, here's another interesting thing. Young CJ Marley says, you charging us poor folks $200 an hour. Who said that everybody that's on my stream is poor? Somebody's gonna charge what they feel is suffice to charge. For me to take time out of my day to contribute to someone else's life, considering what I make by myself, separate and different from the people that I'm supporting, $200 is not even enough for me to get paid. That's just the best price I could come up with to charge by the hour. So when you say you charging us poor people, there's this guy named CJ, you charging us poor people. Well, first of all, don't presume that everybody on the stream is poor. And secondly, poor people have been known in the black community to spend that much more or that amount on their sneakers on a consistent basis, and they're poor. So charging keeps honesty, a certain level of honesty and integrity to it, because if you get this information for free like you're getting now, look how you talk to me now. With as much as streams as I give away information for free, people can compile all these free streams where I give this free information. Free. I'm very technical when I give out this information. And guess what? You're going to complain when I do decide to charge? You know what you could do? You could just continue to benefit from the free streams. And I mean that. You could benefit from these free streams. Don't complain when I eventually have to charge for something. Because right now, I don't get paid for this. This is for free. This is just an opportunity for everybody to take notes and do what they got to do. But one, don't presume everybody is poor on the stream. And two, don't presume that everybody doesn't qualify this information as being valuable. Perhaps you learn so much from these free opportunities that you may say, you know what, I'm willing to invest in myself. It shouldn't hurt you if you have to contribute to me in some shape, form, or fashion in order to better yourself. That's very disingenuous. So I'm never going to be ashamed for what I have to charge to share information that I know qualifies, that contributes to other people's lives. Nonetheless, you presented that idea and I wanted to respond to it, CJ. So I hope you understand that I'm not looking to be negative in regards to what you said. But I'm going to tell you this. You spend money and you'll owe all sorts of white institutions for student loan and for mortgage and for rent. And none of that is contributing back to you in a way where you can say, man, my family is prospering. Instead, it's contributing to stress. So let's get that for real. You know, get as much as free data as you can, but eventually you do have to spend something. It's just the way the world works. Eventually you have to spend money on something. Okay? So separate from that note, another detractor was like, hey, you know, Polight's the same one that had his students in Bitcoin, using Bitcoin or investing in Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin now. Let me explain something to you, the way those type of investments work. They go up and they go down, right? And for some weird reason, people believe when the stock goes down, everybody goes down. That is wrong. Anyone that's seen any of my streams, I told you, I wouldn't suggest you invest in it now because you only could get in on a fractional piece for many people who don't have as much as thousands of dollars that they're asking for you to invest in. I put people onto it when it was $156 and it yielded thousands of dollars. And when it went up, I said hold out on it a little longer or cash out some of your ownership, not all of it, because it's bound to fluctuate to your better advantage. But people are so weird and disingenuous again that if something plummets or goes downward, and it didn't plummet, if something goes downward, then they presume everybody that dealt with me lost. And that's the complete opposite. Just because a stock goes down doesn't mean everyone failed. That's not how it works. You buy and you sell accordingly. If you got the right type of software and the right people in your corner, there's a deterministic algorithm that you can use that can help you at best estimate when's the right time to pull out. So we got to stop that. It's like, oh, look, Bitcoin's not doing good. That doesn't mean whoever I taught is not doing good. Oh, look, you see that thing went down. Things go up and they go down. That's how markets work. Things go up and things go down. I put people on that when it was 156 and some people at 70 something dollars. So when it went up thousands of dollars and I said hold tight and it went up, the second it went down a small interval. Did anyone lose that bought in at $156 when it went down 1,000? After it went up thousands? Do the math. Do the math. You only could gain from what I taught because I had you go in at $70 or $156. I had you go in during that time. So if you put $156 up on something that becomes worth over $10,000 and then it drops $2,000 or $1,000, how did you lose? Once you start seeing the market decline, and I still told people, hold some of it. Don't sell everything out. Because you only bought it for $156. You only bought it for 70 something bucks. So hold it. Because it's going to fluctuate again. And this time around, you're going to have to spend thousands to buy a share. And you don't want to do that. And you don't want to have to invest fractionally on something. Let's get on the wave early and let's hold tight. And when we see it go up, let's endure. Because sometimes they manipulate markets by disseminating false information or skeptical information to change the flow or the algorithm of the markets. This is a dirty game out here. So sometimes when you see it going down, it's set up like that so people can sell, so major investors can buy in for cheaper and then have a monopoly on it and then get you to fractionally invest. That is not what you want to do. Okay? So yeah, it's so ignorant. People always praying on other people's downfall, praying that something is not working out right, but it's just not true. You got to stop with this I mean, the time you spend in hoping things are going wrong for a person and the people he's connecting with, is the time you could have been spending to develop yourself. You could have developed yourself, but you're busy looking to tear someone else down. So now we're going to go to the subject matter at hand. I just wanted to address that because it's starting to get said too often, but you don't hear nobody that came under my mentorship saying, I lost with Bitcoin. You're not going to hear one because it was taught right. Like I said, if something costs $156 and it goes up over $10,000 and then it goes down $1,000 or $2,000, did you lose if you came in at 156 or 70 plus? It's like, use your sense, man. Yeah, so maybe I wasn't able to say, okay, at this point it's going to definitely drop right here and there. That would be a lie. What we do, we use the best software we have at our disposal. And, I mean, some real good people that's very savvy when it comes to the market. And we do our best. That's all I can say. We do our best. And we come out winners no matter what. What's up, King? How you doing, my brother? We do our best. You feel what I'm saying? That's what that's about. Come on now. It went down. Bro, I think y'all math is crazy. You worrying about it go down. You see, he told you invest in it and it went down. Like, yo, any market goes up and down. What are you talking about? Going up works for some people's benefit and going down works for some people's benefit. Down don't necessarily mean a bad thing when it comes to investing in markets. Like you got to really get better education. I can't believe people type these things with pride. Down doesn't mean something bad when it comes to investing. It depends on what part of the pendulum you're on when it swings. Some people are looking for the downside. That's part of even investing in microloans. When you study Warren Buffett, you find that he took the time out to invest in startup companies that were failing. Not because it wasn't good business opportunities or ideas. They failed because they was lacking in some kind of resource. And this is what makes venture capitalists so very integral to a lot of the development of businesses world over, because they're able to give you insight on what you may be lacking, and they may not necessarily be funds. So what Warren Buffett did was look for businesses that definitely look potential. Look for businesses that he can conceive to be very successful. And what he was saying is, since you're failing, I'm willing to put some money up, but I got to own a large percentage of your vision. And if you're willing for me to own a large percentage of your vision rather than just let it die out and go to waste, I'll give you the money. And I'll give you all the other resources you need, and you could build this thing up. I just need X amount of percentage. And he went around investing in failing companies, not because the business model was a failure, just because they was lacking in something and they didn't have the resources extended to them for them to be able to fulfill or facilitate their goal. And that's how he came up. One of the many ways, one of a few ways that he came up. Also tax lien investing. And just buying in to a company on time. I think it's Coca-Cola. You know, it's simple stuff like that. We miss our wave every era because we get distracted by the music, sports, music, and entertainment of our era. We get distracted by it. We get distracted by the sports, music, and entertainment of our era, and therefore we lose sight of the goals that we're supposed to have. These are all facts. I got your tax lien and trust me book and love it. Thank you, WebDesk. Word. So now we're talking about the youth. And many people say that, you know, having children costs you money. Well, you know, that's from one perspective of it. But having children can also save you money. And in turn, if it's saving you money, it's making you money. Let's put that together. Saving and making needs to become synonymous. In order to save, you must make. When you just put money to the side and it's not doing nothing, that's an issue. And so we have to now make the meaning of the word save synonymous with accruing or generating revenue. Because if saving means to make money, then you won't leave money somewhere idly, which is a thing that we do that's horrific in our community. So one thing, let's do this. Let's take a look at this. in the world of the wealthy, we do know once you make your first million, you don't really make your first million until you make your second million. And I know that this concept or this construct is a little out there, because many times what people are going to say to themselves is, you know what? They're going to say to themselves that we shouldn't. Hold on real quick, y'all. Oh, just you? My bad, King. All right. Let's finish this conversation. Let's finish this conversation over here. Hold on. Let's finish this conversation right over here. Okay. And remember, if you're interested in the mentorship program or you're interested in the consultations, that's $200 an hour, just go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com and we'll make it happen. Always leave your full name and your phone number. Always leave your full name and your phone number. Always leave your full name and your phone number. Okay? Don't email and don't leave your phone number. Don't email and don't leave your full name. Always leave your full name and your phone number, all right? All right, let's do that. Always leave your full name and your phone number. So now we're going to talk about the youth. We're going to talk about these children. Man, why they got to make noise right as soon as I'm about to start doing my thing over here? I was just looking to camp out. I'm probably going to find another spot so it's more quiet. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. When you're talking about the youth, one thing that we can consider is when you make your first million, let me get out of here, it's too loud. But I'm going to keep building with you while I'm walking. Just give me a few. And of course, naturally, it would stop. The second I get ready to leave. So when we're talking about your first million, we know you don't make your first million to your second million unless you came up with an amazing strategy. And the reason why that's the case is because you're not going to get paid $1 million and think the tax man ain't going to take away $350,000. Sometimes even more. Sometimes a little bit less. So it's $350K being taken out. $350K being taken out on every $1 million, unless you have a powerful, profound investment strategy. Now, some of you may say, man, I don't need to be talking about no $1 million because I ain't even got no money right now. Shit, I'm complaining about the $200 consultation. And that is the wrong mentality. You need to prepare yourself on all fronts, because most of our people, once we start making money, we kind of 0 to 100. 1 minute we ain't got nothing, next minute we got it all. And when we got it all, then we wind up losing it because we didn't take the time out to securitize our position. Understand the culture of money. So what we got to know is, how do we defer taxes? How do we become exempt from taxation? What are some of the nuances of tax that work to our advantage, that helps us grow money or save money? So one of the things that you do, or that we know about, is opening up a custodial account. Let's do that. Let's start slow with this. So a custodial account empowers you with the ability, per the FDIC is insured, you're able to put aside $250,000 without taxation. So a child can empower you with the ability to not be taxed on $250,000, right? Yes, all you got to do is go to brotherpolite45@gmail.com for the consultations. Just put your full name and I'll get right back to you, or somebody will correspond with you, and then they'll connect you and I together. So all you got to do is go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com. brotherpolight45, okay, at gmail.com. So what happens is you can open up a custodial account, and a custodial account is going to empower you with the ability to not be taxed per $250,000. That's important, because if you do that X amount of times, you can work your way out of an untaxed $1 million, and you have access to it. There's no penalty pulling your money out. And so if it's a custodial account, you don't have to have $250K. That's the max. You have $10,000 in there. But it'd be wise if you open up a custodial account to save your monies there with your child's interest at hand, but also you having the freedom to access the funds to handle your business as well. You could be void of tax if it's in that custodial account. Tax is an important element because whenever they're ready for you, they're ready for you. They're ready to get you. And they let you accumulate enough money, even the so-called poor man and poor woman, so right when you're about to get over the hump, they put a lien on your account. Which is why you need to set up a trust as well. This is why you need to set up a trust as well. All right? Custodial account is simply an account that you open up for a minor that's not old enough to really exercise their right to move their funds around. Okay? By the time the child becomes like 17, they'll offer you a student account. I wouldn't suggest that. But what I would say also you can get is a 529 account. Now that's another interesting account you can set up for children, right? And that's a college account. But you can generate monies from a business or have established income allocated into that account for the purposes of that child going to college. And there are some tax concessions or subsidies that would be granted to you in light of the fact you have the 529 account. So here's another account you can have tax-free as high as about $380,000. Okay? And that's important. And also, you can receive these concessions by purchasing real estate. Because if the real estate affects your child or is put in your child's name, or it shows that this has something to do with creating the environment or the climate that's conducive enough for you to empower your child in terms of their future as far as education is concerned, be it advertently or inadvertently, it's all about the words, it's all about the narrative, then you're going to receive the right to not be taxed upon purchasing property. Or you won't be penalized pulling the money out of the 529 account. A student account will not do that for you. A 529 account will. And there are many other concessions made to you where things are cheaper or more available money-wise, right? If you open up a 529 account as opposed to student account. So far we are at a custodial account and we at 529 account. So far. The strategies. These are strategies to defer taxes. These are strategies to purchase real estate and possibly cheaper, provided the narrative is intact. Okay. All right, cool. I'm just watching the questions so I can keep this thing rolling. All right, so far we got the custodial account, we got the 529 account. I want to go somewhere a little more quiet. You probably can hear me, but I feel uncomfortable. Feeling like I have to talk over the sound. So give me a few. Stay right there. I'm coming with more. Right there, we're gonna find ourselves some positioning. me a few people coming with it. Hold on real quick. Okay. Hold on real quick, family. Hold on real quick. About to get it in. Hold on real fast for me. Are you want a fruit smoothie?
Strawberry, banana, mango, passion.
Let me get the mango. No milk in it, right?
No.
Let's make sure.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, but I need to eat something that depends. I don't have any more.
Oh, did you bake?
Okay.
Oh.
Appreciate it.
So we back on. Yeah, y'all still here for now. I'm just giving me a little smoothie and I'm gonna keep going.
No, watching.
But yeah, so once I get the smoothie,
You can have a plate.
we out of here, you heard? Okay, I'm coming right now. So then there's things like the special needs trust. And with the special needs trust, right? Special needs. That's when you have children that are disabled, right? Children that are disabled or mentally impaired or something to that effect. They can't have more than $2,000 in assets in their name. So how do you avoid something like that? Well, this is for people with special needs, because you don't want to mess up their right to have insurance and Medicaid and all that other stuff. Just checking my man out over here. Yeah, so they can't have more than $2,000 in their name and also be able to apply for government assistance. So what do you do in a situation like that? You get a life insurance trust. Because if you get a life insurance trust, or, pardon me, let's not do that yet. Let's go for special needs trust. If you go for a special needs trust, then what's going to happen is, with a special needs trust, your child can have the right to more than $2,000 in assets in their name, whilst at the same time, they also have the right to government-sponsored or issued programs. So you don't want them cut off because they benefit. And it's a sleight of knowledge that helps you get that information. About to take care of that mango smoothie right now. You're saying it's hard to use this info when you're living in Chicago working a factory job. Then you may not be watching all these streams, because plenty of time I give you info that's absolutely free. You just got to get off your butt. Now the reason why you want to use a life insurance trust is because sometimes your child, the reason why you want to use a life insurance trust is because your child in your untimely death, your child is supposed to inherit your wealth. But unfortunately, insurance won't facilitate that in an effective and efficient manner. And the reason why they won't facilitate that in an effective and efficient manner, what's up? The reason why they won't facilitate that in an effective and efficient manner is because you have to get attorneys involved, and the child may be too young for stuff to get turned over to their name. So that's why you would get a life insurance trust. Because if you get a life insurance trust, what's going to happen is this. If you get a life insurance trust, now you can put your child as a trustee on the life insurance trust. Yes. You you could make your child a trustee on the life insurance trust. And in doing so, now they have more of a right to say what they want or claim that which is theirs that's been transferred over to them. Also, subsequently, there's tax on transferring properties to the heir. And if you get a life insurance trust, now what happens is the heir, which is your children, they don't have to worry about paying those taxes. But if you don't have a life insurance trust, more than likely you're going to be taxed, and you're going to be taxed heavily for the transfer of property. And you want to stick with trust, because trust gets you out the realm of probate, where the government takes over the property and puts it back up to resell for strangers. Now, some of you are asked about, well, just was asked not too long ago, is there a time that we can work two businesses at the same time, like a trust and an LLC? And the answer to that, Fred, would be yes. But what you're going to do with that, you're going to assign a living trust as a single member of the LLC. Yes, so you got single member LLCs. So what you'll do, you'll establish a living trust, and you'll assign the living trust as a single member of the LLC, and now you can run the two businesses concurrent, one working vicariously through the other, and now you can double up on your benefits. How about that one? You could double up on your benefits. Wouldn't that be wild? Wouldn't that be wild if you could double up on your benefits? That's what we talking about doing. What's up, Gay? Doing my game, brother.
Conversation with you. I don't know you.
I'm here.
Now, whenever you want to
Hit me up this evening, man. I'll be waiting for you.
No, I know you do. I just don't want to come at the wrong time. Like my brother said, he went up to you. He said a little word. He kind of got stuck.
It's all good.
But,
I'm always available to you, brother. Just holler at me like in the evening time. You here to the evening, right?
Yeah, I'm here to the evening.
Yeah, just tap my shoulder when you're done.
Okay.
And we can build.
All right, no problem.
All right, my brother. You have a great day. Yes. Yes. I don't get brain freeze. I get throat freeze. Thank you, family, for your appreciation of the information. You know, I'm doing my best to share as much information and be as diverse as possible, because everybody has different situations. Some people have special needs children. Some people have children. Some people don't. Some people are about to. So, you know, we got to make sure we don't take on a linear approach towards economics. That's what we don't want to do. I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami, Florida. Oh yeah, the view's pretty dope. It's real nice in the nighttime. Well, you know what? A change in venue is always great for success, no matter where you live. Sometimes you just have to get really out the same neighborhood. That's the first step. That's why when I told people, and some of the keys to success, if you into sports, even if you're not, learn a new sport where the balls are smaller. Pause. We'll have that discussion again, maybe on the next stream. Because generally, the smaller the ball, the more money being made in the network. And we learned that our net worth is our network, or our network is our network. You know, where there's people playing golf, golf is a wealthy man's sport. Everyone from the viewership that goes there to see it immediately to the people actually playing. One of the largest nets. You also have tennis. Tennis is another place where you can network. If you're going to learn how to play a sport, if you're going to learn how to play a sport or be in the midst of certain sport activities, change the dynamics. It's all about networking. Ain't that much information circulating on the basketball court. I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not saying it's impossible to learn from people that's on the basketball court. I'm saying you're in a different echelon, a different atmosphere, a different plateau as far as business is concerned, and network is concerned, and net worth is concerned when you get amongst the golf crowd, when you get amongst the tennis crowd. You know, you go to Stanford University in Northern California and sit in for some tennis games and intermingle with the people there. It's going to set your path on a whole nother level. Because after that, all you got to do is TTP or TTMP. Talk to people, and after you talk to people, talk to more people. You know the slogan? TTP and TTMP. It's the key to success. Talk to people and talk to more people. So this thing up. Yeah, you'd be surprised. The smaller the ball, the bigger the amount of money. The greater the bag, the smaller the ball. And that doesn't mean that you can't find exceptional thinkers and wealthy people in all genres. It's just the culture of the sports. It's just the culture of the sports. That's all it is, the culture. Culturally, the audience is as wealthy watching that is playing. It's normally the case. I'm telling you. Yeah, so we didn't get it in. But yeah, this will conclude our session. This will conclude our session for today. Just wanted to make sure we could get some daily information going and switch up the content a little bit and see what we come up with. Pretty early today. So because it's pretty early today, we got an opportunity to get it in before all the distractions come about. Yeah, I'm in Miami. Thank you, Solomon, for saying you really enjoy listening to me. I appreciate that. Remember, you go to brotherpolight45@gmail.com if you're interested in any of the mentorship. If you're interested in any of the consultations, which is $200 an hour or $300 in person at the hour, be sure to hit us up over there with good money. It's been a blessing connecting with you yet again. Thank you and love you. Probably won't be cutting this hair until I'm done with here. I'm chilling. But dang, I hate to feel all this hair on my face in this heat. But thank y'all again, man. I appreciate your unwavering ability to keep connecting and looking for that info. Yeah, I'm going to Europe, I think next month actually. Next month I'll be up in Europe. Just working out that. Definitely will, and if I can stream again, I will. I get the free time to stream again, I'll definitely be on point. I would love to do the streams in the studio, but you know, we creating content that we don't want out yet. But I'm gonna find a way to pull something off so you can see the type of work ethic we got going on, who we be working with. I think it's a real dope situation. Definitely want to check that out. So again, you're interested in any of the services, go to brother Polight 45@gmail.com. Brother Polight 45@gmail.com. And leave your full name and your phone number. Peace and blessings to the beautiful family. I love y'all a whole bunch. Thanks a lot. Brother Polight 45@gmail.com. Brother Polight. Brother Polight 45@gmail.com. Hope you appreciate the knowledge. Peace.